Welcome to day 10 of our 12 days of Christmas. So today we're doing a tag and we're doing a whole bunch of different techniques. We're doing a layered background, much like I did last week, but we're also stamping, embossing, and we're also doing a fun new technique that I just learned of. We're gonna get to try it today. So here are the supplies you'll need to create the tag. You'll definitely need your craft mat for today, as well as the heat tool, a pair of scissors and a paper piercer, some foam adhesives, jet black archival ink, the following distress inks for coloring the background, tumble glass, salty ocean, chip sapphire, and black soot, an aqua painter, picket fence and tarnished brass distress stain, and for the picket fence you'll also need a mini mister, black and white embossing powders. You'll also need Festive Berries Distress ink as well as Distress Embossing ink, Tattered Rose as well as Chip Sapphire Distress markers, one number 8 manila tag, a piece of watercolor paper that measures 3.5 by 5, Tim Holtz Festive Foliage, and last but not least, our stars of the day, our 2 stamp sets. We'll be using the Toy Soldier from the Christmas Blueprint stamp set by Tim Holtz, and it is number CMS 135. And we'll also use this gorgeous, gorgeous dotted snowflake from Hero Arts. With the Distress Embossing ink, I will stamp the Toy Soldier onto the watercolor paper. And I'll emboss that with black embossing powder. And heat set. Here are the colors I'll use to color the Toy Soldier. I'm going to zoom in here and I'll probably speed this up. Before I start coloring, just to explain what I'm going to do, basically I'm going to use the distress marker in Tattered Rose to color the face, and then I will swatch all these colors, Chip Sapphire, Festive Berries, and Black Soot onto my block, as well as a tarnished brass distress stain, and I'll use the aqua painter to pick up all the colors. So I'm going to get coloring now. And there's my soldier, all colored, pretty simple. I did a basic coloring here. I did not do any sorts of shading. Now we're going to work on our background. Oh non, en anglais. I did it again. Bon, je viens de me rendre compte que j'ai commencé mon vidéo en anglais. J'étais supposée de le faire en français, donc je m'excuse, je vais poursuivre en anglais parce que sinon ça va être trop bizarre. Et je vais faire les deux prochains en français. So, now we're going to work on our background tag. And that consists of 2 different types of stamping. So we're going to first stamp with archival ink. We're going to stamp the Toy Soldier right onto the tag. And then we're going to do an overlay with a different stamp with the snowflake. So I'm going to start by inking up my Toy Soldier with the archival ink, obviously in jet black. And I want to stamp him kind of like right here. So I'm going to make sure this is dry before I proceed with the other stamping. So I'm just going to dry this up a little bit with the heat tool. And now we're going to bring in our second stamp, which is a dotted snowflake. So we're going to put this on a block. And now this time around we're going to do some embossing in white. And obviously we're going to stamp with the Distress ink. The Distress embossing ink. And what I want to do is I want to overlay this more towards the top than the bottom. It's going to look weird for now, but we're kind of only using the lines of the toy soldier as kind of like an accent. Our soldier is going to be overlaid, the one that we just colored, so this is going to be overlaid. So now I have white embossing powder all over that snowflake, and I'm going to heat set that. So this is what it looks like. Now I realized that my black ink must not have been completely dry because there is some white powder that has stuck to it. But that's okay because most of the part that's really hidden is where the soldier is, and that doesn't matter because our drawing is going to be overlaid over that. But I think what I'm going to leave it like that because I think this will just add to that snowy effect that we're going to create in the background. And you know, I mean, all this part here is clear and whatever, so I'm going to leave it like that. Now, here's what we're going to do for the background. I put my tag sideways so that you can see all the colors that I'm going to be using to create the background. So we're going to go from light to dark, and we'll start with Tumble Glass, Salty Ocean, Chip Sapphire, and finish with Black Soot. So I'm going to move those to the side, and I'll start with the Tumble Glass, and the Tumble Glass I want just above the earth line, if I can call it like that. I'm not sure I'm using the right term, or the horizon line, I guess. So I'm going to very gently start layering that color right above that line here. And if it's too light, I can go back afterwards and just add more, but for now I'm going to keep it very light. And I'm going to go kind of like halfway towards the half of the tag. And then I'm going to take Salty Ocean, which is a gorgeous, gorgeous color from probably this summer. Yeah, I want to say it's a summer color. So Salty Ocean here. And I'm going to finish off with Chip Sapphire for the sky. And then we're going to move on to our black. So Chip Sapphire here. I'm going to start off my tag and then work my way down into the Salty Ocean. And I love, love, love the fact that we're seeing some of that black outline, or the measurement of the stamp that's incorporated into the toy soldier stamp. I just love it. I think it's just a fun layering effect. So I'm going to work that Chip Sapphire really well, and I'm going to start coming down a little bit. And now we're going to add the Black Soot, and you're going to go, ew, Black Soot. Yeah. So, of course, I want the sky to be really, really dark on the top, or yeah, towards the top of the tag. And then the ground is going to be black. Now, I seem to have a problem with the black. I always fumble my way through it. So I'm going to try and layer it really lightly at first. And you've seen me do that sort of technique I think it was on the over the weekend. One of the days I did a penny black stamp card, yeah, a penny black card, and I had used that layering effect with the distress inks. So there. So this is what it's going to give us. It's going to give us sort of like a highlight towards the ground, and then it's going to move on and be real dark into the sky. I would work on my ground a little bit more. I want it kind of like very black, but I think I'm going to stop here. So the next technique I'm going to show you is kind of like a snowy effect for the background. And I saw this on Tim Holtz's blog, and I believe he posted it today. He also has a video on this technique. But basically he took picket fence and put it in a mini mister. And he is showing how to remove the top of that applicator here, which is really not difficult at all. And I filled up my mini mister with that the picket fence. So I'm going to bring in my good old trusty spray box, because this could be a little messy. And because I'm shooting a video, I don't want a giant mess. So I shook this really well, and now what we're going to do is we're going to spray directly on the tag and dry, spray and dry. The reason why you have to dry in between is that the picket fence is mostly used to kind of like fade the background, and we don't really want our little snow to fade too much. So here, I'll show you. I'm going to start spraying at the bottom, which, oh, here we go. Too much. Whoops. You kind of have to be a little far, but you see the spots right here, which is really nice. It's going to create snow falling. I have a bit too much here on my snowflake. I'm just going to wipe this off. So I'm going to show you some of that. See those dots here, right here? This is what we want. So I'm going to keep on spraying. Whoa, that's quite a bit. I think I'm going to limit myself to just that. But look how gorgeous that is. Can you see, like, using your imagination, you can tell that, you know, snow is falling. Oh, I just love it. It's such a great idea. So I'm going to give it one last shot. Whoa. This is so much fun. Okay, I think I'm going to stop it at that. Because I don't want too much of a mottled effect. I'm just going to take a baby wipe, and I'm just wipe over the snowflake right here, because I don't want the glossiness of it to disappear. So there we go. I think that's good like that. It's looking so good. Look at this. Oh, hang on. Look at that beautifulness. Yes, beautifulness is a word. I just invented it. But look at that. It looks like a stormy sky. The snow is falling. Can you imagine it? I can. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to cut this soldier. And obviously he's going to be overlaid right over the original stamping on our tag. Alright, so he's all cut up and ready to go, but before we do this, I have some white space here in between his body and his arms, and I'm just going to take my chip sapphire marker and just darken that area. And that way it'll look a little bit more real. Alright, so our guy's going to go right over here, and I'm going to pop that soldier right over the original stamping. How stinking cute! I love it! Of course we're not done though. There's no bling. Where's my bling? I want to use one of these poinsettia flowers to put in the center of our snowflake. But the cool thing that I just found out about these is that, because they're kind of tricky to pop out, but they're actually magnetic. If I use my scissors, look at this. They stick to my scissors. Isn't that cool? Ta-da! The little things amuse me. So I'm going to take one of the bigger ones and I'm going to pop that in there. I'll take a brad. Ah! And they're all magnetic. Alright, and I have my paper piercer. So I'm just going to poke a hole in the middle here. I'm going to pop that brad in there. And now all I need to do is add the ribbon at the top. I'm going to fold this in half. Go through the front to the back. And go through that loop. And there it is. Oops, too close. Ta-da! This is really cute. This is a fun tag to put on a gift. Now, if you want to be fancy, what I would do is, oh, I have another tag here. Oh, let's do this. Because I don't want that brad to show in the back. And I have another tag here that I was playing with. So I'm going to glue them together. Why not? I would probably use, I think I'm going to use the glue stick for that. Because I really, really want good coverage. So I'm going to use the collage glue stick for that. I'm going to put a whole bunch of glue onto here. I'm going to just pop that on top. This should fit because they are the same tags. There we go. Press that down. Oops. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I have nasty raw edges there. I'm going to take my black soot and just go around the edges. Alright, time for the ribbon. Once more. And I think I'm going to cut these. And I think I'm going to call it a day. What do you think? Cute. I might even darken the edges on the back, but it's nice to have a nice finish also in the back. And that way you can even write over that right here. You can write to and from. How cute is he? I like that toy soldier. He's really handsome. And I like that simple embellishment. It kind of makes the snowflake pop even more. And it's metal. It's, metal, toy soldier. I don't know. It's kind of fitting. I love, love, love that snow technique, and I encourage you to do that. The trick, though, is to heat set it between sprays or applications, and you're good to go. So I hope that you've enjoyed this. Once again, I apologize for... je vais le dire en français. Je m'excuse encore pour le choix de la langue. J'ai complètement oublié que j'étais supposée faire ça en français aujourd'hui. J'essaie d'alterner. Malheureusement, c'est arrivé une fois encore au début. J'ai mal regardé sur ma feuille, je m'en excuse. Alors, les deux derniers tutoriels, parce qu'il en reste juste deux. Oui, il en reste juste deux, vont être en français. I hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions or comments, as usual, leave them below. And I will see you tomorrow for day 11. Bye!